the 2018 Honda BRV. What's in it? Let's check it out.
The BRV is Honda's piece in the ever-growing local MPV market. This thing has a ground clearance of 201mm and 16-inch rims to make smooth cornering. Under the hood is a 1.5-liter i-VTEC engine matched with an Earth Dreams Technology CVT. Some of the features of the BRV are the smart entry and push start system, a 7-inch touchscreen display, paddle shifters, and auto climate control to maintain the cabin's cool. The BRV is a 7-seater vehicle which makes it perfect for the family or the barkada. The rear seats fold to make extra room for luggages in the back. It's not a car, not a crossover, it's a thing of its own. I'm sure mag-enjoy ka dito, Jojo.
Thanks, bro! Hello guys! Kung napakagandang araw to, dito ako ngayon sa BGC, Bonifacio Global City, driving the Honda BRV. Yan, tignan natin kung anong kapangyarihan ng meron ng Honda. Ito na, chill-chill lang tayo dito. Yan, si James Deakin yun, oh. Hey, James! What's up?
Hey, Jojo!
What's up?
They didn't have a pedestrian crossing there, but you know what? I didn't, that's still legal, huh?
Good morning, guys! Napakagandang araw to. Kasama natin the one and the only Mr. James Deakin.
Hey guys, what's up?
Yeah. How are you, man?
I'm pretty good, Joe. It's good to see you,
yeah, it's a
man.
long time, man. I didn't see you.
Yeah, I know.
James, kamusta? Anong pinagkakabalahan mo ngayon?
Well, the typical. I'm still, doing my show on CNN, and I also have my blog, my daily blog on the internet.
Okay.
Obviously, where else do you have a blog? You don't write that on
Yeah.
paper and then post it on the wall, the lamppost. You don't do that. That's not going to work.
James, unang tanong. Paano ka nagsimula? Ano pa, may lahi ka? Bakit kamukha mo si Gistoni Alarcon eh?
Alam ko namang mahal niya ako eh. Kaya lang minsan, mas lamang yung pangangailangan kaysa pagmamahal.
My mom's pure Pinay and my dad is British. So, I like to say, Pirate CC, I'm made in the Philippines with imported parts. Born in Makati Medical Center, all my life in Manila. But then, when I was about mga 14, we moved to Australia. In Australia, when we moved back, I really wanted a job on radio. That was my dream. In Australia, it's hard to break into that. One, I didn't have any education. I'm not just saying about education, about radio. I'm talking, I didn't finish high school there, so I wasn't qualified for anything. That's one. Number two, even without that, or with that, the accent, I was different. You can't have a foreign accent like mine on Australian radio. So I thought maybe the opportunity is here na lang. I came over and I got a job on radio.
Wow. That was what year is that?
1998.
1998. Wow.
I started out on The Hive, 100.3.
Wow.
I was Jimmy Cricket.
Jimmy, ikaw pala yun?
Yeah, well, I mean, not a lot of people remember that. That was 20-something years ago. Exactly 20 years ago.
Okay. Pagdating naman sa motoring, paano ka napasok dyan?
Okay, that was purely by accident. After about 2 years on radio, is this something I want to pursue? People will go through this in their life. When you love something so much, but you may have to make that tough decision that if that's not going to be what's going to support your family, I had to give up on that dream. And I left my comfort zone to leave radio with nowhere to go, actually. And just as well, I got a phone call from a childhood friend who said, I'm starting a car magazine. Are you interested in joining us? And I was like,
what year is this?
This is 2001. And then it was called C Magazine. He was only inviting me to write as a guest writer
for that
for the 1 or 2 issues or whatever. So I wrote. And thankfully they liked it. They thought, oh, you can write pala. And I was like, well, I didn't know I could. So they said, would you like to join us, an editor, managing editor? So, of course, why am I going to turn down an opportunity like that?
Sayang naman kung i-ka natin, no?
So I did, and it was that's why I say purely by accident.
Anong mga unang sinulat mo sa C Magazine the time?
I remember my first article was I call it Rescue 911, behind the sirens of Metro Manila ambulances. Kasi wala pa akong test card dyan. Who's gonna trust me in 2001 with a brand new test card? They don't know who they don't know who I am. They don't know anything. So I couldn't get a test car on my own to drive and then review because people were like, and who are you? And hindi lang who are you, back in 2001. Hindi sila, as the auto industry was not as mature. So that means even people who were buying cars, if you remember, weren't even given a test drive.
Wow.
They didn't have.
Ang hirap din pala ngayon ba?
Now, you can't sell a car without offering test drives. Look at we're passing these dealerships now. There's on the dealership there.
And we're driving to Honda BRV.
Exactly. It'll say, oh, look, test drive this, test drive that, test drive this, test drive. Back in 2001, walang ganyan.
Hirap. Ba?
So I wrote about the ambulance services here in Metro Manila, and I rode along with the ambulance to understand what they do, because I figured that might be an interesting perspective that people don't necessarily see. And then I showed them the hardships of, especially what it's like to try to get through traffic when people don't give way, and it resonated with people. I spent 12 years in C.
Wow.
With a heavy heart, I left. Because that was also something that I grew up in. I helped develop. Once again, the difficult decisions are the ones that are going to get you to the next level. If everything was easy, everyone would be there. And then I was in this crossroad where I was thinking, if I stay here, magazines, I loved what I was doing, but there was a sunset period, as they call it. Medyo, the internet was really starting to take over completely. So less and less people were reading print, and I thought, if this is what I want to do with the rest of my life, I owe it to myself to ask myself this question: is this the most effective medium to engage my audience? I still felt I had a lot to share and say about motoring, about transport, so I just needed to find a new medium. And also, who doesn't want to try to do something for themselves?
James, speaking of transportation, di ba ngayon may policy ng government natin, no garage, no car. Ano ba sasabi mo doon?
In theory, it's a good idea, Joe. I know what they're trying to do, but I'm worried about the practicality when you actually apply it. Why don't we just enforce the rule that is currently there already, which is don't park on the street? That's all naman that you're trying to achieve, diba? So why not just do that?
Diba?
Because my worry, Joe, is if you say no car, no garage, or no garage, no car, why don't I just register my car in Tuguegarao or Nueva Ecija, or look, this is where my car is parked there. Once I really drive the car in Manila. This is what I'm worried about. We're creating another law when we already have a law that nobody's following. So we think, let's create another one. We have too many laws.
James, it's almost 12, man.
I'm hungry.
And then let's have continue our conversation during lunch.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Where are we eating?
Minis and drinks. American food. Let's go in and let's have perfect lunch. Let's go. Alright, I'm still here with Mr. James Deakin, the one and only James. How are you, man? We're just
I'm hungry.
You're hungry.
I'm hungry. It's like I can smell it while you're talking. Yeah, but I'm good.
What's your favorite food ba? Ano bang paborito mong pagkain?
I'm easy. I eat, just about anything. But if I was to pick one cuisine for the rest of my life, probably Japanese or Chinese. I also enjoy all of this a lot. I mean, this is quite. I can't wait to try that.
By the way, we're in Minis and Brews here in BGC, and this is American food, and man, all great. Stay quiet.
Okay. Give it a shot. I like the leg and thigh part.
Yeah, it's
What's this? Is this fried chicken?
Yeah, fried chicken. Fried chicken. I read the news earlier. Starting April, wala na ng provincial bus in EDSA. What can you say that? Kasi yung mga tao from the province, mahihirapan na sila mag-commute. What's your point of view then?
This is something that should have been addressed with the terminals. Obviously, you're not going to please everyone with this situation. So, it's a very tricky one because what they don't want are the provincial buses coming in and using EDSA. They want you to arrive at the proper terminal and then disperse from there, because what's happening with all the stop start on EDSA, it affects all of us. But I can also see what the commuters are saying. Dalawang pamasahe yan. They have to get off, catch another bus. It's another delay, another lineup, another pay, and I can feel for them too. So I think if the terminal exchanges, like the PITX and the other ones, become really functional, then fine. But medyo hilaw pa yan. And that's why I support it again in theory, but it needs to do a few things first before it really works.
Okay. If you're given a chance to become a chairman, head of LTFRB or LTO, ano unang gagawin mo?
I would run away. I would not want to do it. But
Wow.
because I understand it's a very difficult job, the politics, etc. So it's not something I aspire to. It's not something I want to do. If I was to advise them, I would encourage these great ideas. Like, for example, the ride sharing. That was a great start.
Yeah, ride sharing. Oh.
And more than just Uber, what worries me, kasi Jojo, is that they killed off good ideas.
Yeah.
When you set a precedent like that, where you nail them to the cross and nail them to the wall, and then they eventually flee your country because they're like, I can't do business here.
Okay.
That was the general way they felt. You're discouraging new ideas from coming in because people are going to say, I'm going to come up with a good idea, tapos mamaya ganyan. So I would encourage new ideas. I would actually incentivize it. I would create a program where best ideas forward, and we will sponsor it. Like if you came up with a jeepney app or something, that revolutionized the way that Uber revolutionized the private car. If somebody came up with a bus or a jeep or a tricycle app that revolutionized, we would fund you because it's for the greater good. We have to stop thinking so much about money, regulation. We have to think about efficiency. And then after somebody comes up with a good idea, then you let it run its course, find out where the problems are, and regulate as necessary. The problem with the government at the moment is they don't innovate, but they want to regulate. You let the private industry innovate, and then you wait for it to become an issue before you regulate. But what they're doing is like, hindi pwede yan mag-regulate na tayo. So you don't even know what's gonna happen. You don't even know the problems yet, and you're like, oh, basta bawal yan, bawal yan, bawal yan, bawal yan. It's like, how do we know? Try it out. It's not like we're the first country. Radical ideas that spawn from this are the best place to try this is in a broken city like Metro Manila. Because we have nothing to lose. It can't get much worse. So try it out. You don't want to fix something that's not broken, right? Like if you had Switzerland or whatever. I can understand the government going, wait. The taxis seem to work okay already. The trains are on time. Why do you want this?
Dashcam, pabor ka ba na bawat kotse sa Metro Manila or in the whole Philippines magkakaroon ng dashcam?
As a matter of fact, I did start a petition campaign back in 2016 when the government first changed. So there was a new Secretary of Transportation, Tugade. I started the campaign of mandatory dashcam. And the reason I started that campaign was because it's one thing to have a dashcam. I think a lot of people, like you said, use dashcams now. But making it mandatory will change something more important. It changes behavior. You see how I always try to go to the root cause of not fix the end result, go to the root cause. What happens when you are in an airport, casino, bank, etc.? Do you do something stupid inside? Will you make ihi on the wall?
Ande.
Diba? Why?
Because
100% you're going to be seen. 100%. That's what we want to create with the roads. It's like if there's a 50-50 chance you're gonna get caught, may mga gustong lumusot all the time. Mga pasaway na maglulusot. But if you told them it's mandatory and it's law, you're driving like this and you go, it's 100% sure that I'm being filmed. Not 50, not 20, not 60, 100%. So ngayon, pag nag-counterflow ako, 100% chance somebody's gonna get that. Now, that will influence behavior because you will be like, wag na. It's not worth it. Let me just stay in my lane.
You have endorsed this Beep, right? What's this all about?
It's a great app, and I'm very careful about what endorsements I take. This one is right up my alley because it helps the commuter, road user. Beep Beep is basically a one-all app that is for road users. If you have a breakdown, they can come and fix your car on the side of the road. If you need your car taken to the casa, but you're at work and you don't want to take a day off, you have your Grab, you don't want to take a Grab or whatever. So why are you going to, you call Beep Beep, they'll drive your car from your house to your casa or your work to your casa, whatever, they'll do that. They've now launched this new thing called Driver on Demand.
Driver? Ano pang Driver on Demand?
Oh my God.
Anong gawin to?
Oh, it's the best idea ever. It's not easy to afford a driver nowadays. I've tried using like family drivers, regular drivers. The expense it's a lot. You're paying around about, well, depends, but around 15 is a fair lower sort of fee for a driver per month. If you're paying 15, what are you paying for his food? What are you paying for? This all adds up. Plus, you have the headache of nasan siya. There's a lot. Now, with Beep Beep, they'll just rent you out a driver for 4 hours, 8 hours.
Okay, nice.
Maybe you have a Valentine's date, you don't want to drive. Traffic is horrible, the parking is impossible. For 350 pesos,
okay na yun,
go on the app. The guy drives you in your car.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Right? So now, you're in the comfort of your car, you have a chauffeur, but after 4 hours, you go home. Wala nang, sir, na may sakit yung anak ko. Sir, baka abono lang, baka tapos You don't have to deal with those sides, which is a very difficult side for most people.
Yeah. Okay. James, thank you so much for guesting the show and the Miss of Joy. If you want any to promote your page, your social media, something?
Well, James Deakin on Facebook. I think I'm pretty much the only one there. Well, just look for the blue tick. There's Instagram Deaconitis and JDeacon72 on Twitter.
Yeah.
I would encourage you to right now try the Beep Beep app because that's one thing I'm I'm really feeling positive about that app. It's a great thing. It's not just because I am their endorser. It is something that you tell me. Try it out. Let me know. I love hearing back from people when they write to me and they say this helped or maybe you can improve in this. As long as it's to create a better transport experience for everyone, I'm 100% behind.
Yeah. James, so one last thing. What's your message to our audience that we're here?
Well, change starts with you. I know it's a little corny, sounds a bit Miss Universe, but change starts with you. Be the change you want to see in the road. Don't keep complaining about it if you're not willing to do and set the example for other people. So sometimes it can be frustrating, but if everybody thought the same way that, because he did it, we're never going to get anywhere. Be the change you want to see out there.
All right. James, thank you so much, man. It's my pleasure.
Bye.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Let's eat!
Let's eat! Tama, kaya na tayo.
Let's eat, pare!
Yeah. Guys, hanggang sa muli. This is James Deakin, Jojo of Survivor. See you around.